Good morning. Hope you're having a beautiful day. Hopefully, the internet gods, if you will, are being a little bit more kind, and I am not as pixelated as yesterday, but perhaps we're just kicking it old school and I look like Max Headroom in this little video window. I hope you're having a terrific start to your day. Happy Wednesday. We are already halfway through the week, and I am back to share with you some tips from transformation that sticks. We are putting aside that new year, new you idea. If you want to go big, go all in, make a radical change, you can do exactly that. Take what energy and focus you have and apply it. But I hope that if you've tried that before and it hasn't worked for you, this is something that can flip that script on its head. Instead of thinking that transformation has to be radical, that change has to be dramatic in order to matter and bring you results, we can explore the idea that it can be easy, that it can be non threatening, that it doesn't have to be overwhelming and take up all of your attention and energy when you make small changes, when you make small commitments that are easy to integrate into your schedule, your lifestyle, the way that it already is. And as you follow through on that, as you see that you can commit and maintain change in your life, then that builds confidence. It builds your view of what is possible, and it inspires you to bring in more change, more growth, more new habits that are moving you in the direction that you want to go. So we started out this week taking a look at exactly that. What is the direction that you want to go? What kind of person do you want to be? It's a lot easier to move into the change that you want to create when you adopt that kind of identity. Instead of saying, I've got to get up and exercise, that's my new commitment to myself, say, I'm an active person that starts every day with movement and activity that gets my energy flowing. Wow. I mean, words are so powerful. Energy is so powerful, the emotion that we bring to things. So when we shift that from I have to or I should X, right? Stop shoulding all over yourself and start recognizing that we can adopt this way of being and that it doesn't require a radical shift in order to make that a legitimate change. So, I am an active person that starts every day with movement. Today, we're going to take a look at how we implement that. So, yesterday, I also inspired you, I hope. I encouraged you to take a look at what you're doing through the course of the day. So, I shared the building blocks of habits, of the routines that we pick up and move through in our lives. Those building blocks of habits are the cue, whatever it is that brings that idea to your mind, the desire, the urge that we have to follow through from that cue to the action, the thing that we do, whether it be good or bad. Most of what we do is part of a pattern, the routine of our lives. We go on autopilot a lot because it takes a lot of energy to keep this organ humming. The brain is very greedy, and so we do a lot of things just unconsciously. So when we look at the cue, what desire that is that spurs us to the action, and what is the reward that we receive. When we take a look at those building blocks, we can start to break things down and say, okay, if I put a different action in here, does it still lead me to the same reward? Do I still get the same gratification? My example yesterday was that cup of coffee after lunch. If I drink the coffee, I feel more focused and energized. But perhaps we could sub out that cup of coffee with a walk around the office and a glass of water. You still have the activity of drinking something. You've actually got your body up and blood moving. And that may be the trick to bring you that reward of returning your focus and bringing your energy back up. So we can get creative. Let me know in the comments if you found anything interesting in those building blocks. And today we're moving on to claiming that change. So the best way to start with these micro transformations is with micro commitments. So instead of saying, I'm going to work out for 20 minutes, what's the 2-minute solution? What's the two routine, right? 2 times. What's coming to mind right now is one of the terrific researchers in human behavior and in habits, actually, BJ Fogg. I love when he talks about his commitment to be more active. He added 2 push-ups to every trip to the bathroom. Not out and about, not at work, but at home. Every time he would go pee in the bathroom, he would add 2 push-ups. just 2, not 10, not 5, nothing overwhelming. It wasn't a 20-minute workout routine. So what could you do in this micro installment that takes less than 90 seconds, maybe 120 seconds? What's this tiny shift you can add to your day? I'll bet here, if you're watching me on Facebook or over on YouTube, you've probably already burned 2 minutes checking out other videos on the way to this one. So let us know in the comments, what tiny commitment can you make? And then how can you set the stage, right? So we need that clarity. I am committing to do this. It helps to commit to a time and a location. So to keep on leaning on his example, he committed to doing 2 push-ups after using the bathroom in his home. Okay, so there were multiple times during the day, but the location was very clear. Maybe to help that out, you put a reminder, you put a Post-it note on the wall or on the door of the bathroom. So when you open it, you remember to go ahead and take a couple of push-ups before you finish walking out through the rest of the house. So what can you do? How can you be clear? Call it down, fill in those blanks. I will do this activity at this time or place. Think of what can spur that on. One of the most effective ways of adding habits is stacking them. It makes it easier to remember, to integrate. And then our brain, what wires together, fires together. It becomes easier and easier to do those things in that sequence. Or you can think of kind of a safe place, something that you do every day where you could put a new activity or habit in. So perhaps while you're brewing coffee or making a cup of tea in the morning and you've got 1 or 2 minutes, what could you add? Maybe that's a great time to sit down and do some mindful, deep diaphragmatic breathing. If you haven't done any breath work, or if you haven't integrated meditation successfully, this is a beautiful way to get started. Very not overwhelming. You'd be surprised at how few nice, slow, deep breaths down into your belly it takes to fill 1 or 2 minutes. And the power of that extra oxygenation, the power of slowing yourself down, calming your heart, being present, recognizing we are not ruled by these racing thoughts, will carry through further into your day with you. I dare say you might be inspired to do it even more often than just when you've got the coffee or the tea warming up. So there's a couple of ideas. Let us know in the comments what you are claiming, what changed this week. Choose one. If you want to do more than one, don't choose any more than 3. Keep it super simple, keep it integrated. Choose the time and place that you're going to set it up. And how are you going to optimize your environment? Are you going to make a visual reminder? Are you going to set a reminder on your phone? Are you going to, if that is stretching in the morning before you get going with your day, put those exercise clothes out so that they are together and ready for you? This tip is getting a little bit long, so I want to wrap this up. I want to keep this super short and digestible. I'm grateful to you for hopping online and joining me today. And I want to remind you, or to reveal actually. So in the comments, you can see if you're wondering on this, if you're chewing on this, what kind of change I want to create, and you're getting more questions than answers, I invite you to grab a spot on my calendar. I have sometimes available. It looks like a lot, but I don't have time for many during the course of the day, so they'll go quickly, but grab a spot on my calendar and let's talk about the change you want to create. If you're spinning in circles, and I know that's an easy thing to do, let me help you come back to center and choose one thing that you're ready to integrate and make that a tiny stepping stone into a bigger change that you're going to embrace. So grab that spot on my calendar, and Saturday morning, I'll be booking a longer session. So if you want to come together in a group, bring your questions. You can post those questions here in the comments. I'll be able to address them, or join us Saturday morning, 9 a.m. Pacific, and we'll take more time to dig into these changes that you're chewing on through the course of this week. So let me know in the comments what change you are claiming, calling down, and maybe even how you're going to integrate that into your schedule. What would be the time and the place? And I will see you back here tomorrow, same time, same place, 9 a.m. Pacific, or you can catch me on the replay. Wishing you a beautiful day with energy, with focus, doing the things that you love with good people. Take good care of yourself, and I will see you back here super soon.